inside Gaza. Safwat Al-Khalout joins us on the phone. Safwat, as we've been reporting, a very heavy night of bombardment in Gaza. Talk us through exactly what's happened.
Well, adding another heavy night to the previous heavy nights, actually, and today is now 10 days, same strength of the fire. But last night it has intensified in 3 different areas in the north of Gaza Strip, in Gaza City, and even in the south, where they ask people to evacuate or to move. So one of the most sensitive places that they hit was the civil defense base or station in Gaza City, which is based next to one of the biggest hospitals in Gaza City. The governmental press office in Gaza said that 7 civil defense have been killed in this attack. And in the 2 neighborhoods also, they hit one of the houses. 4 people were killed, including 3 children and 1 adult. In the south, the same. So we have been receiving lots of information about new and more casualties arriving to the local hospitals who are already suffering from difficult situation. We could hear from where I'm staying now in Deir al-Balah city. It's the central area of Gaza, between Gaza and Khan Yunis. I could hear from time to time the explosions. We don't know where they are exactly, but we can hear them. It could be or should be from the artillery, Israeli artillery bombing different areas in east of Deir al-Balah, where we are staying. We are not sure if these explosions could be heard in the south and in the north, but at least where I am staying, we could hear these explosions.
Safwat, tell us a bit more about what's happening in the south. It's been about 48 hours since Israel started demanding that people in the north move to the south. How many have actually gone to the south, and what is the situation there?
Look, let's start with the new deadline that the Israelis provided a few minutes ago. They give a new deadline for the people in the north and in Gaza City who could not or who has not left the Gaza city and the north of Gaza. So they gave them another deadline from 5 GMT to 9 GMT to leave the Gaza city and the north of Gaza. Otherwise, they will implement their plans. Still unclear what other more plans they have. But it's not really lovely threat from what we understand, that they will start bombarding more different areas in Gaza City and in the north. So at least half of the population of Gaza City and the north of Gaza managed to move out to the south and to the central area in the Gaza Strip. The people, or the huge amount or big amount of people who left from Gaza to the unknown places in the south, they are staying everywhere, and some of them we met, like they're staying under some trees. Now the priority for every Gazan now is to find some water to drink and a place to stay overnight with his children. The schools everywhere are full, kindergartens are full, wedding halls are full, universities everywhere you can imagine is full of refugees who were displaced, who managed to get displaced from the Gaza City and from the north towards the south. Many cannot find means of transportation to move and to secure themselves from the north and from Gaza City toward the south, because there is lack of fuel. The means of transportation have almost stopped. Here, when I'm staying, by the way, I can see people carrying bottles, and they start their journey. And I'm one of them also, that I have to secure some water for my children as well.
Right.
And on the other side, also, I can see hundreds of people are lining up at the bakery, waiting for to get hopefully they can get some bread or some food for their families. The supermarket everywhere is running out of everything.
Right.
Literally, everyone is emptified because of the emergency and because of the lack of supplies due to the Israeli closure for Gaza border.
Yeah, as you say, the biggest problem is the siege. Nothing new is able to come in, but we are now hearing the possibility of the Rafah crossing being opened at 9 a.m. What more do you know about that, and how desperately needed is it that aid comes through now?
Look, the time left for Gazans to stay alive is very limited. I'm telling that from my own personal experience. So we are counting our lives minute by minute, hour by hour. So they should have this procedure should have been done immediately on the beginning of the war, because here, as we mentioned, the people are buying or consuming everything that have been saved already before the war or before the recent war. So if these borders are not all open, or these humanitarian aids are not arriving into the Gaza Strip, then there will be much more even catastrophes. But these catastrophes will be collective, because the suffering from south to the north is the same. There's no safe place, or there's no place that's full of food, and while the others are not. So regarding the 9 at 9 that the crossing will open, there are still negotiations, and Egypt